Hello everyone, my name is Makala Quinn, and this is my response to Dr. Chapman's video. So first off, I want to thank you, Dr. Chapman, for taking the time to discuss with us about the poor health outcomes in America. So I agree with Dr. Chapman. I think that the behavior in America is what is causing all these poor health outcomes. So Dr. Chapman talked about how America has some of the best hospitals and medical centers in the world. So when we look at Mayo Clinic up in Rochester, Minnesota, and then we look at Moffitt over in Tampa, we have really the best facilities in the world, and we end up actually spending the most on healthcare when compared to other developed countries. Yet Americans still have the poorest health outcomes when compared to other developed countries. We also lead the world in medical research and drug and device development. But none of this actually helps improve health outcomes. Health outcomes, I believe, really does stem from good habits and good behaviors, as well as all those other things that we mentioned before. So after doing some research on my own, I found that health outcomes are influenced by many social determinants throughout the stage of your life. For example, in the book Genes, Behaviors, and Social Environment, it states that there may be critical stages in your life course during which social environment has a stronger impact on later life health outcomes. So, for example, poor households are more likely to have sick children. Health and behavior, not only does social environment impact your health, but it also affects your behavioral factors as well as your diet. So, for example, according to the American Cancer Society, smoking and tobacco use causes lung cancer. So this is actually a very well-known fact for most Americans, but they continue to smoke, and it's actually a positive trend in smoking rates among adolescents. So another known fact is that if you have a poor diet and you don't work out regularly, you have a higher chance of obesity. So even though these are both very well-known facts, a lot of people in America still tend to smoke and use tobacco, and they have poor diets. And that's what causes these poor health outcomes. So a study was done by the National Bureau of Economic Research to see if behavioral health was improving. To do so, they studied different rates. So they studied like smoking, excessive drinking, obesity, and they studied this over a 30-year span. And they noticed that smoking rates fell from 40 to 25%. When they studied heavy drinking and excessive drinking, they noticed that it fell from 7 to 4%. But obesity increased actually from 49 to 68%. So overall, the study showed that because most health behaviors have decreased, we have had a drop in mortality rates. But if the obesity rate continues, then the mortality rate will actually take a turn for the worse, and it will actually increase. So in conclusion, America ranks last in health outcomes when compared to other developed countries, even though we spend more than those countries on healthcare. And I agree with Dr. Chapman. I think that in order to see this rate improve and health outcomes to go up, we must focus on our habits and behavioral habits, or we have to improve our behavioral factors in order to improve these health outcomes. So thank you so much, Dr. Chapman, for speaking with us again, and I hope to maybe meet you sometime in the future. Thank you.